Hello. Today I want to do a little explanation on how we do our books. I use Excel. What you're looking at on the screen is a template that I created through Excel. At the top, because I contract for FedEx Custom Critical, I have Custom Critical Pay right there. I'm going to change that because it really doesn't reflect everything that I do on this column. In this column, I put the runs and the pay, but also this is, if you look down here, this is income and expenses. So I also list my maintenance and things that we purchase. Okay, so let's start off at the beginning. All these headers can be changed to what you need them to if you use Excel. And these pink and green ones at the bottom down here, they're running totals. That's our total pay. That'll be listed here. It's going to be added up from the numbers that are generated here. If you do something like this for whatever you need it for, if you don't have workers' comp, then you don't need that column. You can put something else there. I think everybody has to have workers' comp. I'm not sure, but I think they do. If you don't have a van payment, then you don't need that column. You can put something else there or leave it blank. You don't have to put anything in it. If you don't stay in hotels, and you never stay in hotels, you don't have those bills, and this is going to be blank. You don't even have to have the header up there. You can configure this thing any which way you want it. Okay, so let me give you some examples of what's going on here. Okay, so here we'll get a settlement sheet. They make them available for me to go print them out. So I get the settlement sheet. Let's just say that the first one is January 1st, 2018. Okay, that's up there now. January 1st, 2018. We're over here. Let's give it a pro number, which is the bill of lading from your carrier. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, then we'll shift over or tab over, and then we'll put on there. We're going to go from here to there. Okay, and then we'll shift over here, and let's just say that this run was a $1,500 run. We'll make it simple. Okay, nothing goes in these columns yet. I'll explain why in a second. Okay, is there any miscellaneous, any van payment? That stuff, this miscellaneous van payment stuff is not on your settlement sheet, so it doesn't have anything to do with it. Well, now you're looking at your settlement sheet. Okay, let's just say it costs us $200 in fuel to make that run. Okay, if you look above there where it says gas, right there, it reflects that 200 that we just keyed in. Okay, now look over here at total pay, 15, gross pay, 1,500, and then what's this one? It's less this 200 because this number is subtracts. Okay, so let's go back over here and let's put another one in. Let's just do a few of them so I can give you an example of how we do things. Okay, it's going to be the same run number. It doesn't matter. We're just putting them in there. Now we're going to go from here to yonder. I guess that's how you spell yonder. Here to yonder. Like I said, I guess that's how you spell yonder. Let's just say we got a good run this time. $2,000 run. And we go over here. We don't have anything else. We didn't have any lodging last time either. So let's just say this $2,000 run is going to take us about $235 in fuel. Okay, look above there, $435. Look over here, $3,500, and now how much? $3,065, because $3,500 subtracted $435, leaving $3,065. Nothing over here yet because we haven't listed anything in the FedEx deduction columns. All right, let's get us another run. Okay, now we're going to go, let's just say if we picked up in Charlotte, North Carolina. We want to abbreviate because Charlotte's kind of big, and we're going to go to Cincinnati, Ohio. Okay, so that's just Charlotte, North Carolina to, let's just go Cincinnati. Okay, Cincinnati, Ohio. Okay, so now that just this is kind of like a reference because, like I say, your pro number, bill of lading, your run number that your company gives you to make sure you get paid. Let's just say that that's just a reference, okay? Well, where'd that run? Oh, that was Charlotte to Cincinnati. Okay, let's just say that one, that's kind of like a short run. It's only like, I don't know, 500 miles. Let's just say that was a $550 run. So it automatically just put $550 in there. You don't have to do anything else. It's set up currency, so it's going to do it right. Okay, here, let's just say it took $35 for fuel. $470 is up there at the top. It's reflected in these columns. Okay, now let's just say that was it for the week. We ran those 3 runs. Now we go online. You go to your carrier or you look in the mail or whatever. Whenever you get your deduction sheet, just where you do it. Let's just say workman's comp costs $120 a week. Let's say the van insurance was $40 for the week. Let's say our communication charges were $35. We didn't have any miscellaneous with FedEx, drug test or anything like that. Look at these numbers. The 120 reflects in these pink boxes where these red numbers are listed. Now, nothing over here, but look way over here on this far side. What do we see? It's $195. That's what these 3 are added together. And where does it add up here? It's up there too. That's the running totals right here. Okay, so let's go back over here. And let's just say, this is just for the sake of the video showing you what's going on. Let's just say right here that we're going to put a date in here now. That's going to be 1/6. And that's going to be January 6th. Let's just say we ran in 2017, and so now this is January 6th. And it's time for an oil change, tire rotations, or I'm going to change my tires, and I'm going to buy a set of snow tires. Okay, so now we got new tires. Okay, so that goes there. That doesn't go there because this is paid. The new tires go there. I paid $800 for those tires. That's going to go there. Okay, now $800 goes up here. Okay, so now let's just say on that day while you were there, you got your oil changed. Okay, so we're going to do some 1/6 again. Okay, we got an oil change. Okay, that doesn't go there. It goes over here. Our oil change cost us $45. All these numbers are steady changing. Okay, so now we're going to skip. Always skip a line so you can separate everything from what you have going on. All those kind of things are listed in there. So let's just say we bought a new phone, right? Okay, let's just say on the 5th, it doesn't have to be in line with that. Let's say 1/5. There you go. January 5th, we purchased a new phone, and we paid $600 for that phone. Right? That goes in there. Well, now look, there's 600 in the red up here because I put 600 in this column. It keeps track of everything you do if you put it in this program and you list it on this side. Okay, so let's go down here and let's just say now this is 1/8 2018. And we're going to give it pro number, and then we're going to come over here and give it a place. We're going from here to there again, and we've got a $3,400 run. So you just put $3,400. It puts everything else in there for you. Okay, nothing goes here. This run cost us $434 in fuel, and nothing here. Now let me explain a little bit about what's happening with the lodging. If we don't lay over anywhere and we don't have a hotel, then we don't have to put one, of course, but let's just put one like right here. Let's just say we laid over. We laid over after this run because that was an 1,800 mile run. We were tired, so we took a day off and stayed in the hotel overnight. Let's just say that hotel bill was $100 because we wanted to stay in a decent one. Well, it came up here and it subtracted it from here, but now this one has $3,400 added to it because you just added that $3,400 run. Okay, so now there's no lodging yet, but let me explain something. Whenever we drop a load, whenever we drop this run here and start looking for our next run, those bills that accumulate with that run stop. We don't go any further. Every bill from every dollar we spend from then until we drop our next load goes with our next load. So the hotel, we dropped this load in Yonder, and we went and got a hotel room, and we stayed there overnight, and the next day we picked up in Charlotte and took it to Cincinnati. Well, we dropped it in Yonder, so we were done. That next bill, that $100 hotel bill, goes with the Charlotte to Cincinnati run. That's why it goes there. It actually goes in wherever you're going to list it on the paper, you know. And when I do the video part on the paper for the trip sheet, you'll see what I'm talking about there. Okay, so let's do this again. Okay, that had one number too many, but that's okay. We're going there and back. Okay, and there and back's not paying much. It's $467. Okay, and it took $467. Let's see, it took us $65 in fuel, and there's nothing on the board yet. So let's go back across. We get another run, and it's going. Now we're going here to there, and this is a $1,235 run. We're coming over here, and this is going to be like $187 in fuel. Now we just dropped that load, and we got enough time to do another run and get it in on that pay period. Okay, we dropped that load, but we're at a hotel. Now we get up the next morning and we get a phone call from the shipper, from your company, or you looked on the load board if you have a load board and you found one. Okay, that run number. And then you're going to go, we're going up and over. Okay, and it's going to pay $21.43. Okay, and the fuel for $21.43, $200 in fuel is what you spent on that. Now the night before you had a hotel bill of $100 because you laid over after you dropped your next load. But of course, remember, it goes on your next load. The hotel bills always go on your next load. Okay, now we have a settlement sheet. This was the end of a week. We ran 4 runs that week. Now we go online, we get it in the mail, we get an email from our carrier. Here's your settlement sheet for your pay this week. Okay, it's got everything broken down for you. Okay, my workman's comp, $120 for deductions. Okay, $40 for the van insurance, $35 for my satellite communication. I had no drug tests or anything of that nature. Okay, so all that's done. Okay, if you look over here where the cursor's going, check where the box is. Check this out, $195. Look up here, $390. It's going to add all these numbers. Okay, so now you're seeing a pattern how things work. Now let's go over here and say now we're in the middle of January. Let's just say we're in January 15th, 2018, and let's go here, and there's nothing happening there because what we're doing is we're making a van payment. I'm not going to put my van payment down there, so I'll just use $500 for the van payment. And now our cell phones, I have one, the wife has one. Let's just say our cell phones are $150 a month, which I wish. Now again, look at the top. The van payment, there's one van payment there at $500. There's cell phone usage, $150, and that's coming out of this. I'm looking at this one here, so this is going to be, under the description, we're going to put van pay and cell phones. Okay, now that's there. That's just your description. And then if you have anything else, you can put those down. So I hope you get the gist of how this works. It's pretty simple. Everything is just adding and subtraction. Here's my vehicle maintenance record. And of course right here we have a date. So we're going to say 1-6, and it says 6th of January. Now we're going to say new tires on my van, and we're going to get down here, and on the mileage we're going to say we had 98,431 miles when I bought the new tires. See, it's a good record to keep on your vehicle, and I paid $800 for those boogers. Look what happens over here under this one right here. Look what happens right there. Okay, now we have 1-6 again, / not dash but /. Okay, and what's reflecting here? We had an oil change. Whoops. I didn't put my space in there. Okay, the oil change was done at the same time, same mileage, 98. 431. We're going to go over here. We paid $45 for that oil change. Okay. Look what's happening right there. 845. Okay, so I think that one's pretty well explained. There's not a whole lot more we can discuss on that. Adding the borders and the trims and the lines and the colors. That's just all comes from your page format. So this is my pay per mile average and totals. Here we have the date, a pro number, which you're going to have. You're going to have a bill of lading number or a pro number by your carrier that identifies the run they're paying you for. Deadhead miles, then there's an empty column. Loaded miles, then there's a total pay column. Then we have a column for miles. This will be total. Then you have your deadhead miles. You have your loaded miles. Then there'll be your total pay. So let's get a couple of them going so you can see how this formula that's up in here is going to react to your keys. Okay, 1, 2. We're not going to put a year. Okay, so we have the pro number. We're going to tab over deadhead miles. Let's just say just for easy numbers, it's 20. Loaded miles, let's say it's 1,000. It's a good run. Let's just say it's paying us $1,000. Let's add another one. Let's just go up here and say 1, 3. Okay, that's the 3rd of January. Let's put a pro number in there. Let's say we had to go 65 miles to get the next load. And let's just say it's going 1,500 miles. And it's paying $1,550. It's a good run. Okay. Let's do another one. 1, 4. Okay, just for the purpose of putting a date up there. 1, 3, 2, 4, 5, 4, 3, 4. Okay, let's say you had to go 150 miles for this pickup, but it's a 2,400 mile run, and it's paying $2,500. Okay, so now you look at here, total miles. You got 5,135 miles. You got 235 miles of deadhead in the books. You got 2,900 loaded miles in the books. $5,050 in the books, and look at your average. This setup here, it will keep track on everything you run and keep that average for you. I do not put deadhead home in here because this is all about how much I'm averaging average pay. So my deadhead miles don't have anything to do. If I'm deadheading home, even if I deadhead 800 miles home, that has nothing to do with a run. So it's not my average pay. This is our trip sheet. You can see right here it says your run number, that's your pro number, or your run number, or your bill of lading number, whatever you identify to get paid by. Then you have the date, and then location, the date of the pickup, date of the delivery, your pickup location, your delivery location. We don't put customers' names in there. We put location, Cincinnati, Ohio to Loretto, Texas, whatever. Then you have deadhead and you have loaded. In the middle you have totals. Miles, you have your deadhead miles, your deadhead pay, and your deadhead fuel surcharge. If you get those. Now we do with FedEx Custom Critical. Then you have your loaded miles, your loaded pay, and your loaded fuel surcharge. In the middle you have, oops, sorry I zoomed in. Didn't mean to do that. In the middle you have total for the miles, and we do use that. At the bottom we have the total for fuel surcharge, and we do use that. But if you'll notice in the middle there's no total for the pay in the middle, and that's because it goes there. That's total pay. Okay, if you get a total assistance, it goes right there, and then paid, that's how much you actually paid in totals. Okay, we use those. Gas is not, is not how much they give you for gas, because that's over there in your fuel surcharges. That's actually gas that you spent, how much you spent on gas. We add the receipts. As soon as we finish a run, we'll add our gas receipts and we'll put that number there. ADV, advance. Okay, that's if we ask for a fuel advance to get put on our T-check. Some companies offer that, some don't. FedEx does, so we get it. Okay, that's food. We used to keep up with food, we don't now. So lodging goes there. Right here is little side notes. This is, once you fill that in, you got all your trip information. Everything it took you to produce that trip, that one block, get all the information. And this line below lodging, you notice there's a little rectangular line in there. That line is for we send our stuff in through TransFlow. That's our TransFlow confirmation number goes there. I'm going to move this out of the way, and I have one filled out, kind of just an example for you. Pull it over here, and let me zoom in on it so we can see. Okay, there's a pro number which indicates bill of lading. The date is, it picks up on 11/12, delivers on 11/13. The pickup place is here in North Carolina and delivers to there in North Carolina. The deadhead miles is 20, deadhead pay is 10, fuel surcharge is 5. Loaded miles is 200, pay is 200, and the fuel surcharge 25. Total fuel surcharge 30, total miles 220. Go up here, 240 is the total pay. They gave us nothing for tolls, and then we spent nothing. That's what spent means, how much you spent. Gas, how much you spent in gas. Advance, how much would you get in the advance if you wanted a fuel advance. Then your food, how much your food spent if you want to keep it there, and how much you spent on your lodging, little side notes, and your TransFlow confirmation number. So this is how we do, this is how we track every run. Now this page, the page I'm showing you now, it goes with our bill of lading. We get a pay confirmation from the company that sends the money to our bank. We get that, I print that out, and then we get our settlement sheet, and then I print that out. The settlement sheet gets stapled to the confirmation, how much is going in your bank, and then this gets paper clipped with the receipts. All of that goes in a sheet protector and goes in a binder. Here's how she does everything. Each one of them is a settlement sheet for 2018. And if you'll look on the back of this, here's the settlement sheet. There's several of them. This is the payment advice. That's how much is going in your bank. They're advising you how much they're putting in your bank. They do it a week earlier than it goes in there. You get that in the mail. And then there's the trip sheet that goes with it. But it's everything we need to know to be able to track what we run. That's how we track everything. We appreciate you watching. Give it a big thumbs up. Until next time, adios, compadre.